Hi, I'm Jason Bruce, and this is a pathophysio case study on Parkinson's disease, and we'll be discussing my grandpa who passed away from Parkinson's disease, and I will be interviewed by my wife, Christy Bruce. Okay.
How old was the patient when he or someone in the family noticed something was wrong?
My grandpa was 77 years old when he initially started to be able to lose his ability to perform tasks.
What were his initial signs and symptoms?
Initially, he was a great lover of music. He was a biologist, and he started losing interest in the things he liked to do, like the hiking and the music. And he was also they traveled a lot, and he would drive in great distances. And all of a sudden, he started losing his ability to drive and feel comfortable driving. He would complain to my grandma that the roads were too steep or curvy, and so that was a sign that something was going on.
What was the initial diagnosis?
The initial diagnosis was a familial tremor. Him and his mom, I guess there was family history of like a tremor in the family, so they saw that and brushed off the Parkinson's and gave him that diagnosis instead.
What happened that led them to change the diagnosis to Parkinson's disease?
In 2009, he had a slip and fall in his bathroom where he hit his head, and he had to go to a rehab facility for 4 months after that. And during his time in the rehab facility, they were doing some tests, and they wanted him to draw a clock and show where 11 o'clock was, where he could draw the clock, but he couldn't show where the 11 o'clock was. And also, being a biologist, he was very, very in touch with animals and the outdoors and things like that. And they wanted him to name a bunch of animals, and he could only name like 5, which would be completely crazy for my grandpa. He knew like every animal there was. So after that, they changed the diagnosis to Parkinson's disease.
Once diagnosed with Parkinson's, how rapidly did the patient start losing mobility?
So with his fall in the bathroom, he had been mobile prior to that. Even though some of his cognitive abilities had started to diminish, he was still mobile. And after the diagnosis, Parkinson's disease, with the fall in the bathroom, he was completely immobile after that, and he never regained mobility. He was bedridden until just last year when he passed away.